Please, everyone. Please, everyone. I was going to say, please, everyone, please remain standing, but all of you are standing right now. So, everyone join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Colby, for leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and thank you to the band. I would like to welcome family, friends, members of the school board, faculty, students, and our 50-year graduates. Guest speaker, Mrs. Stickney, and to the class of 2023 on our upcoming ceremony here. As we begin our ceremony, it is appropriate to take a moment to reflect upon why we are here tonight, who has helped us along the way, and who we should thank before we leave. One of our traditions here at West Rutland School is to share some statistics about our wonderful soon-to-be graduates. So here we are. 2 of our students began at West Rutland School in pre-K. 5 students began West Rutland School in kindergarten. 8 are the first children in their family to graduate from West Rutland School. 3 of you had a parent who graduated from West Rutland School. 8 have participated in high school sports. 6 students participated in the music program. 7 students will be the last student to graduate from West Rutland School. All 12 of you have held a part-time job throughout high school. 8 out of 12 of this year's students have enrolled in college for this coming fall semester, and they will be attending 6 different colleges. Career fields of our soon-to-be graduates are music, early childhood education, game art, physical education, speech-language pathology, electrical engineering, film arts, and culinary. One of our students plans on serving in the United States Army. 5 of our seniors completed 3 or more college-level courses. As a result of Vermont's Flexible Pathway Initiative, our seniors have completed 18 college courses before graduating from high school. This class has earned at least 54 college credits and are walking away with approximately $54,000 in college tuition savings. 7 graduates attended Stafford Technical Center during your time here. 2 are graduating as members of our National Honor Society. 4 of our seniors are state champions in the sports of basketball and softball. 1 senior has earned the title of top alto saxophone player in our state. Collectively, this class of 12 students will be leaving this ceremony with over $130,000 in scholarships from local sponsors alone. At this time, I would like to turn the ceremony over to Mr. Harrington for the awarding of our 50-year graduates.
So an interesting little tidbit before we start. I understand there are members of this 50-year graduating class who were state champions in boys basketball against Blue Mountain. This year, the girls are state champions against Blue Mountain, and tomorrow the girls will be state champions in softball against Blue Mountain. So it's got to be a good omen. Class of 1973, Norbert Cooley. Joseph Fauché. Barbara Lacrosse Giffen. Terry Jurassic. William Johnson. Maureen Marcy LeBate. Martha Parker Dunn. Joseph Petrica. Joyce Ann Raish Roberts. David Sabatino. Paul Salingo. Marcia Shannon. Hollis Squire. And Betty Smith Ross. Now I would like to invite our 50-year graduates to attend a reception in their honor currently being held in the library. If you wish, at this time, you may depart to the library, and thank you for coming to accept your golden diploma. At this time, I would like to invite the class of 2023 salutatorian to the podium, Ariana Coombs.
Good evening, parents, teacher, family, friends, and my fellow graduates. It is an honor to be standing in front of you all tonight. First, I would like to give thanks to a few people. I would like to thank Mr. Harrington and Mr. Slanker for everything you have done and going above and beyond your job descriptions. Carl and Lori, thank you for putting so much of your time into coaching and dealing with me throughout the last 4-ish years. You both have given me very valuable lessons that I am forever grateful for. I will also cherish all of the memories that were made, especially winning a softball championship and back-to-back basketball championships. Next, I'd like to thank my sisters for always being there since day one. We have been through everything together, and I would not trade any of you for the world, even if you may know me most of the time. I wouldn't be the person I am today without you guys. Last but not least, I would like to thank my mom. I appreciate everything you've done for me. Oh my God. throughout my life, whether it's putting food on the table, carting me around to practices and games, or taking time to plan vacations during break. I am incredibly thankful. It amazes me what you can accomplish with such big responsibilities. You are, by far, the strongest person I've ever met, and I strive to be just as strong one day. When I learned I was salutatorian, I was both excited and anxious. My hard work throughout high school is being acknowledged, but this accomplishment comes with the opportunity, or in my opinion, burden, of giving a speech. In athletics, I was always in front of an audience, but in front of those crowds, it was pure action. A speech, on the other hand, requires a different set of skills, articulation in a theme or message that I'm supposed to translate to you in beautifully written words that I often do not have. The hardest part about writing this was, of course, finding the message I wanted to focus on. While brainstorming, my mind kept coming back to the uniqueness of our small school. West Rutland is a surreal place because of its pre-K through 12th grade setup with less than 400 staff and students combined. Even though West Rutland is a small community, the experiences a student can get at Westside are unmatched by many bigger schools. For example, when I was younger, I always looked up to the high schoolers, or as little me called them, the big kids. When we were in kindergarten, there was an activity where each of us had a senior buddy, and I was lucky enough to get my youngest aunt Tony as my buddy. I faintly remember bragging about how cool she was because she was a big kid who was related to me. When I was in middle school, I had another relative that I got to brag about, my older sister Kayla. Whenever basketball or soccer playoffs came around, my mom would always dress my sisters and I up in West Rutland war paint, which consisted of face paint and strange green outfits. Win or lose, we would all leave the stadium with sore vocals and unable to talk for days. As for many West Rutland students, I've always been very passionate about sports, so it was amazing to watch my sister play in higher level games. It felt like I was related to a local superstar. She was one of many people I looked up to when I was younger, and I'm very thankful for her and other upperclassmen that made my impact on my life. Now that I'm a current big kid to the younger students, I can proudly say that I have learned how to lead by example from those before me. I have worked hard to become a role model for my peers and those younger than me, to be someone they can turn to while learning to grow and find their goals. When someone asks for advice, I always feel honored and proud that I am someone that they can come to. My advice for the underclassmen is to seek help from those who have experienced what you are going through. They can help you prevent the mistakes they have already made, or can help you look at things through a different perspective. Throughout my education, I was lucky enough to have my 4 siblings in the building with me, including my Aunt Tony. If you don't have relatives here like I did, reach out to people who support you, because West Rutland School has a sense of family community like no other. Attending a pre-K through 12th grade school gives students the extraordinarily unique ability to ask older peers for their advice. Additionally, we are often able to ask questions to those who graduated and have returned back to West Rutland. The resources you need are right here. You just have to engage in conversation and ask for guidance. Thank you for your time, and thank you for celebrating with us tonight. I would like to now welcome the class of 2023, valedictorian Mallory Hogan.
Thank you, Ariana. Some of our class has been here since preschool, some of us since kindergarten, and some others have joined along the way. We have all learned a lot in our time at West Rutland, no matter how long we've been here. However, throughout the years, many of us students have asked our teachers, when are we ever going to use this? Or why do we need to know this? Because we have been given so much advice and have learned so much information over the years, I think it's important to be reminded of some of those things before we leave and move on our own. So I asked many of our past teachers what was one thing they hope we take away from their instruction. Here are some of their responses. Our preschool teacher, Mrs. French, wants us to remember listening is an important skill that you will need for your whole life. Always clean up your own mess and put things back where you found them. Try your best, and when you go out into the world, watch out for traffic, hold hands, and stick together. Our kindergarten teacher, Mrs. Coombs, wants us to remember to sweep your own porch. And Mrs. Ojala used to always tell us when we missed our parents that our parents were too big for kindergarten, and they want you to learn and make them happy that you are getting so smart. Mrs. Ojala's advice is important to remember as we move on to college and may become homesick. Our first and second grade teacher, Mrs. Therian, wants us to be true to ourselves. She wants us to remember that people are the treasures we have in life. Take care of them, respect them, nurture them, honor them, ask them questions, listen to them. Give them your time and let them know how much they mean to you. It's the little things in life that matter the most. Our other first and second grade teacher, Mrs. Daly, wants us to never forget that the more you read, the more things you will know. The more you learn, the more places you'll go. Our third grade teacher, Mrs. Turgeon, wants us to remember to not be hard on ourselves if we make mistakes. No one is perfect, not even teachers. Be a good friend to others. Dance if you want to dance, and sing if you want to sing, just not during math. Most importantly, be yourself, and of course, do not eat boogers or lick the doorknobs. Our 5th and 6th grade math teacher, Mrs. Fenton, or as we knew her, Miss Chadburn, would like us to remember to work smarter, not harder, something I'll never forget her telling me when I was younger. Our 5th and 6th grade English teacher and social studies teacher, Mrs. Ames, would always have us reflect with a thumbs up or a thumbs down at the end of the day, and she wants us to remember if our day or our life isn't a thumbs up, fix it, make changes to make ourselves happy. Our elementary PE and health teacher, Mrs. Stickney, wants us to remember to be a child at heart, even into adulthood. Be uninhibited, adventurous, curious, stay open to the world of possibilities, and believe in yourself. Our music teacher, Mr. Hampton, says always wear sunscreen. Our art teacher and advisor, Mrs. Dutton, says keep your eyes and your mind wide open so you can see and think for yourself. Also, keep thinking about and making art. Our middle school history teacher, Mr. McLaughlin, wants you to know that it's never too late to be what you want to be. Our middle school math teacher, Mr. Ardette, wants us to learn to do the very best that you can so that you have as many options and opportunities as possible. If you give yourselves those options and opportunities, then you will not have to depend on anyone financially as you go through life. Our middle school English teacher, Mrs. Doust, wants us to never forget to be kind, ask questions, and remember to capitalize. Our AP English teacher and Spanish teacher, Mrs. Oquendo, had a lot of advice for us. But I believe the most important and memorable pieces were to be your own best friend and the importance of keeping your ability to see the world with the wonder of a child. Our high school science teacher, Mrs. Abatel, told me the most important piece of advice is to have perseverance when you encounter failure. Failures are a part of life and a natural part of the growth process. Learning and continuing to grow from your failure is the most important part. If you've never failed at anything, you haven't tried. You will never truly succeed until you conquer your fears. Our high school history teacher, Mr. O, wants us to remember that the most important thing you can do is build positive relationships with as many people as you can. There's almost always something positive and likable in every person that you will meet. If you want to be a leader, be a people person. People will follow you if they know that you respect them and care about their well-being as a person first and foremost. Our high school math teacher, Miss Taylor, often told us, you may not use what I taught you in content, but you will definitely use the skills that you are learning along the way. Our high school English teacher, Mrs. Audette, said, "Never forget to proofread. Proper nouns mean capital letters, and don't quote bomb your teachers." Our class advisor, Ms. Brooks, wants us to remember a quote from Charles Swindoll to keep in mind when life feels out of control. "I am convinced that life is 10% of what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. The pursuit of happiness is a matter of choice. It is a positive attitude we choose to express." This quote is especially important to me because of the tough cards my mom has been dealt medically and seeing how positive she has stayed and how much she has still made out of her life. I strive to be as strong as her and make her proud of what I'm accomplishing in my own life. This quote will certainly help me remember this in my future. Our guidance counselor, Mrs. Loisel, said to remember the importance of self-reflection and understanding what motivates us, especially when picking career fields. Knowing what makes us happy and giving us a sense of purpose is very important. She would also like us to know the importance of expressing gratitude. Thank those who help you throughout life, however small, and even if it's their job. I was talking to a former teacher, and she said that she hopes we appreciate the power of words and the importance of face-to-face interaction with good listening and acceptance. We've been through a lot in our time at West Rutland, including 6 different principals, some very tough classes, some very challenging classmates, and the many challenges associated with COVID. After the challenges we face through our school careers, I find this teacher's advice especially important. Each response was unique, but each is equally valuable to keep in mind as we move on to our futures. These people have been so important in our growth, and it is important not to forget them or the lessons they have taught us, just because we are moving on and facing new challenges. What I have learned most over the years and through writing this speech is that we need to take time to reflect on our own goals and on advice others have given us along the way. Especially, we will make mistakes and learn from them. So my advice to you all is don't forget what's important to you and don't sacrifice your personal values for anyone or anything. Be true to yourself. Thank you to all of our teachers, family, mentors, coaches, and friends who have given us advice to get us to where we are today.
It is my honor to introduce our guest speaker for tonight. She has been a part of the West Rutland School community for over 40 years. Her fun and energetic attitude impacted numerous coworkers and students alike. This wonderful teacher has been a part of our class experiences since way back when we started kindergarten here all those years ago. From having her as a gym teacher in elementary school to having her as a health teacher in middle and high school. One of the many great things about our small community is the ability to stay connected with great teachers like her throughout her entire school career. Through the classes we took with her, we've learned important life skills that we'll continue to use in the future. She taught us the importance of perseverance, teamwork, and community building. No matter the individual path that we decide to take in the future, what we learned and experienced with her will be essential nonetheless. We all thank you for your contributions to the school, class, and the community. Please welcome to the podium, Antoinette Tosh Stickney.
Thank you, Noah. Welcome, class of 2023. A warm welcome to your families, your teachers, administrators, other staff, and your personal friends. 46 years ago, I was in this same room, but not on this stage, but rather I was in your shoes. I was a 1977 graduate of West Rutland High School. After college, I returned here as a teacher for 41 years. It has undoubtedly been a memorable place for me, and I hope it has been for you as well. I don't believe that many of my classmates or teachers back in 1977 would have thought that somewhere in my future I would have been asked to be a commencement speaker. I was a decent student, but shy to speak in front of larger groups without a doubt. I did my speaking out on the fields, in the basketball court, and as a band member. Yet here I am. Maybe that is one of the messages for you today. Never underestimate what you are capable of putting yourself through and accomplishing. Truthfully, when Mallory and then Angelo asked me to be the speaker, I was surprised and a bit scared. Actually, I was scared first, and then surprised. I decided I couldn't say no. It is an honor to be asked, and I would never have told any of you students to back down from a challenge, even if you were scared, anxious, or nervous about the outcome. I would have said, prepare yourself and just do your best. It's part of life and learning. I have a few more messages or bits of information that I'd like to share with you that have helped me along the way. Maybe they will be of some use to you. Message 2. I hope that you already have a moral code to guide you. If not, I highly suggest having one. Whether you call it a faith, a value system, an ideology, or a code of ethics, it's important to have one. It can ground you and help you during the more difficult times and challenges of life. Strive to keep true to your personal code and hold yourself to its high standard. Message 3. A positive attitude is very critical to maintain. Yet it is difficult at times to do, and I'm sure you're very well aware of this already. But a positive attitude puts you ahead of the game in any situation. When you have a positive attitude, you can think more clearly, are happier with yourself, and others will be more happy around you. In addition, you will be so much more productive as an individual and so much more productive in a group, on a team, or within your family. Message 4. It is a blessing to have a support system. It doesn't have to be a large group of supporters. I don't mean how many followers you have on Facebook or Twitter or how many text messages you receive each day. In fact, I'd highly suggest that you limit your use of that type of support. Instead, a support system of some family members or a few true friends that honestly listen to you and you honestly listen openly to them. This mutual talk is meant to provide you with advice and allow you to pause and contemplate your decisions and help you choose the path you wish to take. And do remember to be there when they call on you. This support should be a mutual thing. Message 5. Whenever you make a mistake, and all of us do, never blame others. Whenever you falter, take an honest look at yourself, truthfully analyze what happened. What did you learn from the blunder, and where will you go from there? Ultimately, it's your choices that form your character. Message 6. Remember that anything you wish to do requires passion and dedication. You all have a variety of career paths that you've chosen. Becoming a speech pathologist, an educator in PE or early childhood, a music technician, an electrical engineer, joining the Army, the culinary arts, film and game arts, the Bible Institute, and many of you are going on into the working world. Dedication and passion will serve you well in all aspects that you do. Thank you, Joe. Message 7, and my last one. I like odd numbers, and yes, I do know that 1, 3, and 5 are odd numbers as well, but I didn't want to have too few or too many, so I settled on 7. I could have given you 41 for each year that I've been here. Added to the seriousness, hard work, and commitments that you will embark on, remember not to take yourself or the things around you too seriously all the time. Take time to enjoy and be that childlike adventurer, explorer, carefree spirit that I recall you having in my elementary PE classes. It will lighten the load when you get overly stressed, anxious, or just need a break from life's duties and responsibilities. Take time to laugh and call upon that childlike spirit that's within you. That being said, teacher says, class of 2023, please stand. Teacher says, please stand. Let's have a little lighthearted fun. Teacher says, I'm going to give you a few things to do as part of my PE class. Now, be careful, I don't want anyone to fall off the stage, okay? First, can we all have one hand up? And the other side, stretch ourselves. Other side, let's do 3 on each side. All right, hands on your sides. I need 3 body twists. 1, 2, 3. Could I please have 5 shoulder shrugs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's to release any tension or anxiousness you might be feeling. Sit down. No. Now, teacher says sit down. I want to thank you sincerely for having me be your speaker. You challenged me, and I do thank you for that. In a short amount of time, you will no longer be West Rutland students, but alumni. And a week from today, I will no longer be part of the faculty at West Rutland School. You and I will be off to face new challenges and adventures. Remember your support group. Carry that moral code in your pocket. May you boldly go forward with a positive attitude, passion in your hearts, and a lighthearted spirit when you need a little break from the busyness of the world. You've all placed your mark in your own ways here at West Rutland School, and I wish you Godspeed as you continue to adventure out and make your own mark in the world. Thank you very much for having me.
And now for awards and scholarships. First, I would like to present this evening on behalf of West Rutland Rotary Club, Dave Potter.
Thanks, Mr. Harrington, and congratulations to all the members of the 23 graduating class here at West Rutland. It's just a wonderful night for all of us to be able to celebrate this occasion. Also, I guess the 50-year graduating class has gone to the library. Maybe they can still hear us. It's wonderful that that's been reintroduced from the COVID situation, and I think 46 had agreed to come to the graduation here, and you think about it, 50 years, it's quite a lifetime, really, isn't it, that they have endured, and now they get to celebrate it along with the ones that are graduating this year. Way to go, class 77. 73. There are 5 Rotary Scholarship winners this year, and we'll have them all come up at once in order to save time. And they are Colby Perry, Molly Holden, Ariana Coons, Angelo Soriano, and Noah Harrison. So the Rotary scholarships are awarded in 2 different categories. They basically are paid for out of funds from the Ross family of some years ago. And the first category is the C.B. Ross Awards. They're $250 each, and they go to 2 different students. And then the second category is the Rotary Scholarship, which is based on merit, primarily scholastic merit. And so this year, Colby Perry, first in line, that's terrific. And Colby has both the C.B. Ross and the West Rutland Rotary Scholarship. And so congratulations. Mallory Hogan, or so far we're in good order. And Mallory also has 2 awards, one the C.B. Ross Scholarship and the West Rutland Rotary Scholarship. Amanda Coombs, right on cue. And so Amanda has a Rotary Scholarship there. Where are you going to school? Castleton, all right. Angelo may have to come along. Oh, yeah, right here. And Angelo gets a Rotary Scholarship too. And last we have Noah Olson, and Noah has a Rotary Scholarship as well. So congratulations and best of luck to all the 2023 graduates and the Rotary Award winners as well.
Now presenting the Stanley and Mary Petrika Memorial Scholarship, Stanley Petrika.
Congratulations to you people over there. You've had a tough 4 years of school. Not your fault. The world's got it all messed up and you did it. So congratulations again for what you've accomplished in these 4 years. Music-wise, sports-wise, obviously graduating, sitting over there. So, again, congratulations. Hi, I'm Skip Petrika. I'm one of 9, and my mom and dad started here in 1930s, sometime around there. And I got sisters older than me, and I graduated in 1956. And first of all you people out there in front, they're very, 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 very good people. Right there proves it. You did a great job, and everything you did was wonderful, and here we are. It's for you people. You did it. And of course, the teachers. I was in education for 42 years, and I put up with him. And he was a good student and a good athlete. And he's proven it here over and over and over again. And I started school when there was no K when I started here. And I was here for first grade through 12, and I had more fun with the wonderful, wonderful teachers I had back then. And the beautiful front of this place is still beautiful every time I go by here, which is quite frankly. And the teachers were great people back then. They were for all my family. Obviously, we all graduated here, and mom and dad too. And it starts with teachers. And this lady here did a super job talking about anything else. The young lady over there did too. And teachers are something else again. They really are. Led by two really, really good people. And I know for a fact that that guy there is super, super, super. And these people did it again. And this year, we've got 2 awards for outstanding people in honor of my mom and dad who came from this wonderful, wonderful school. And the first one is, I got a boy and a girl this year, for the first time ever. First time we had 2. And she's been up here, and she plays sports, and I'm a little bit prejudiced sports, and music, which is wonderful in the school. Adriana, so I think I got it right? And Ariana, see? Try to do better this time. Angelo, you? Angelo? Yes. And lastly, thank you, people. It's wonderful to be feeding this school that big. And obviously, I'm getting old because my brother was sitting over there. He's 50 years ago. So I can go back. Thank you.
Mr. Petrika didn't think we were so wonderful. I was so wonderful when we showed up to baseball practice 10 minutes before it started with a trunk full of fish we'd caught from the Orbis Pond in Manchester. I don't think we practiced baseball that day. I think we ran a lot. Presenting the Dennis J. Smith Memorial Award and the Sarah Bowen Oliver Phoenix Award, Lorene Eddy and Alexander Oliver.
Good evening, everyone. Congratulations, class of 2023. It's nice to see all your smiling faces and a little bit more relaxed since Stickney had you doing some anxiety moves, and you look a lot more relaxed. Following Mr. Petrika, I too am a graduate of West Rutland High School, and last year was my 50th reunion, and congratulate to all those that came for their 50th this year. My brother Dennis Smith, class of 1969, was sometimes a pain in the butt. And anyone who has siblings know that oftentimes siblings are pains in the butt, and he was very good at that. However, even though he was my big brother, we didn't really become friends until I moved back home after living in Washington, D.C. I came to know him as a man of many talents as the years passed by. He was a small-town guy who became someone who wanted to help his community. He never strayed very far from here, but he always had ideas, lots of them. He worked on a local farm while he attended high school in Castleton State College. Well, I guess it's not Castleton State College anymore. It's gone through some evolution. I think it's Vermont University now. But it was Castleton when he went and when I went. After a couple of semesters, he decided college was definitely not for him. He found a job he thought he might be interested in. So he began working as a lineman, putting up telephone poles and lines. Back then, there were no trade schools, there were no classes for this, just on-the-job training. He found out that he loved this work, and it became his passion. He became very good at this, and soon he started his own subcontracting line company and was very successful. He was very much in demand as his reputation for his excellent work was known throughout Vermont. Along the way, he developed other entrepreneurial interests and endeavors. He never, however, left the community he grew up in. He never left it behind. He began contributing to many activities West Rutland School had while keeping a very low profile. He never really wanted any recognition. He just wanted to help. Helping the school was only one thing he did. He also helped individuals who may have needed just a small boost to get them back on a better track. He helped kids that may have needed basketball shoes or soccer cleats that were above their price range, or the parent that wasn't able to pay an electric bill this month, or classroom supplies that may have not been in a budget. The list could go on. More than monetary donations, he gave out encouragement and second chances, and sometimes third chances. These two things even he and many of us have received. Everyone has a story. He had passion in what he did. He took the time to recognize those kids that put forth effort to succeed, even if those successes were small in other people's eyes. He took notice of those who were open to suggestions and found their passion. This all begins at a young age. This year's recipients of my brother's award are Elijah Avery Knott and Joshua Jackson.
Hello, everyone. The Sarah Bowen Oliver Phoenix Award, newly established this year, is an evolving recognition that we envision will gain greater clarity as it progresses in the future. This award aims to honor a student who displays a genuine interest in exploring the vibrant experiences offered in New York City. Enthusiastic students will have the opportunity to apply for this award by crafting a personal letter that highlights their unique qualities and expresses their aspirations while in the city. New York City, renowned for its rich cultural diversity, boasts a plethora of remarkable restaurants, museums, and theaters awaiting discovery. Although some students may yearn to visit, there might be obstacles that present challenges. This monetary award endeavors to support the chosen recipient in fulfilling their desires and in embracing the possibilities that lie ahead. Sarah Bowen Oliver, a fourth-generation graduate of West Rutland High School, initially had no intentions of making New York City her home. After pursuing pre-med studies at UVM, her path took an unexpected turn, diverting from a career as a pediatrician. Life often presents us with unforeseen plans. Sarah's journey led her to New York City, following her curiosity and the company of her college roommates, eventually discovering her true calling. Sarah excelled in event planning and production throughout her extensive professional career. Her impeccable skills made her a highly sought-after producer and independent contractor for esteemed designer fashion shows and product showcases. Passionate about her work, she embodied professionalism in all aspects of her endeavors. A small-town girl who triumphed in the bustling metropolis, Sarah adored the city, but always cherished the warmth of returning to her roots, embracing the simplicity of home, dining comfortable sweats, tending to her gardens, and cherishing her family. It is with the utmost honor that her loved ones bestow this award upon an individual who aspires to follow their curiosity, much like Sarah did. Our esteemed recipient, Hannah Seacott, shares Sarah's love for art, fashion, and expressing her creativity. She yearns to explore the renowned Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City, allowing her passion to unfold in an environment brimming with inspiration. On behalf, as her husband, and on behalf of her family, Hannah Seacott, we congratulate Hannah Seacott on being the deserving recipient of the Sarah Boland Oliver Phoenix Award. May your journey to the city that never sleeps ignite your spirit, nurture your dreams, and open doors to endless possibilities.
Thank you very much.
Please welcome the President of the American Legion, Auxiliary Unit 87, Ellen Walker.
Good evening. On behalf of our organization, it gives me great pleasure to call Ariana Coombs and Kobe Perry to the podium. They are the recipients of a $500 scholarship each. We raised that scholarship money this year. Addressing, knowing how much it costs just to buy some books and whatever they're doing in college these days. So, and that's partly due to the generosity of the community. When we're out there and you see us collecting coins in our coin drop, that money goes to the scholarship fund. So these two people exemplify helpfulness to the class, the school and community, good citizenship, financial need, scholastic achievement, initiative, and reliability. Congratulations to you, your families, to the class of 2023. May you continue to strive for success, but keep balance in your life. Serve others, especially veterans. That's what we're all about. Have gratitude every day. And look for joy.
Presenting Marina Girardi Memorial Scholarship, Allie Mitchell.
Looking at all of you reminds me of when I sat in your seat, which according to Tom Haley this week was many years ago. So yeah. Although you might not always feel this way, you graduates share an incredible bond. The community of West Rutland School is so tight-knit, fostering friendships that can stay with you for a lifetime and will carry with you for years to come. These friendships should not be taken lightly and will require just a little bit of work to stay in touch as you all go your separate ways. One of these friendships for me was Rena Girardi, who remained my best friend until the end. Rena was a fellow member of the class of 2005 at West Rutland. She was an athlete, excelled academically, and was always a bright light on a dark day. She exhibited kindness and generosity, always willing to lend a hand to somebody in need. She supported the West Rutland athletic program after graduation, especially her nieces and favorite coaches. The recipient of the Rena Girardi Memorial Scholarship shares many of these qualities. I'm not sure she has an unkind bone in her body outside of the normal sisterly disagreements and perhaps some aggression on the field or the court. I'm honored to present $2,500 to Ariana Coombs.
Presenting on behalf of the American Legion Post 87 and in honor of Stephen Banya, Commander Francis Moody.
First of all, I'd like to say on behalf of the Post 87 and all its members, congratulations, class of 2023. Each year, Post 87 awards 3 $1,000 scholarships, and we ask the school for guidance for the names, and our criteria is 1, of an individual going on into the military service, 2, individuals that are going to go forward with their education as first responders, and 3, individuals who are going to go to a trade school. So this year, we're doing a little something special because a few months ago, we were contacted by the family of Stephen Banya, and they donated $1,000 to our scholarship fund. So tonight, we are going to give 1 scholarship out in his honor. The first scholarship I'm going to give out is to Dominic Ellison. The next scholarship in honor of Stephen Banya is going to go to Noah Ellison. And our last scholarship is going to be awarded to Emma Savine. Again, class, congratulations.
Presenting on behalf of the West Rutland Fire Department, Michael Skaza.
Congratulations, graduates. The West Rutland Fire Department currently has 16 dedicated firefighters, 14 of which are West Rutland High School graduates. We have room for a few more. Settle in. The West Rutland Fire Department Members Fund is a nonprofit organization that was formed for the purpose of supporting the mission of the West Rutland Fire Department. Since 1891, our members have provided unwavering community service through volunteerism. In recognition of the ideals that our members stand for, we are proud to recognize a graduate who has demonstrated a commitment to community service and volunteerism with a $500 cash award. Please help me congratulate Mallory Hogan.
Presenting on behalf of the West Rutland High School Alumni Association, Marie Coops.
It's either Marie or Mary, whichever, but it's Marie. First off, congratulations, class of 2023. A lot of familiar faces from my kindergarten class. Hard to believe, but here we are. Good evening, everyone. I'm here representing the Alumni Association. I was a student here. In a couple of years, I'll be sitting right there with the 50th graduating class. You are lucky, like you said. This is a unique family community. And by being together from preschool, kindergarten, all the way up through, the little kids do look up to you. I was a big part of that Senior Buddy Project, where we would do handshakes, and plaster, decorate tiles. It is, and it's something you will always look back to with positivity. This year, the Alumni Association is pleased to give out close to $113,000. This year's first awards are for the Barbara Flory Wiskoski Award, the Service Awards. Barbara was a longtime leader in the Alumni Association and also was a public librarian. She committed her service to anybody and everything and was always there for people when they needed something. She was a big servant and kept the Alumni Association going, basically single-handedly for many years. This year, I am pleased to award the service awards, and these are cash awards in the amount of $350 each to Joshua Jackson and Dominic Ellison. The Alumni Association also presents scholarships to those with the help of the teachers and the advisors, the guidance for academics, activities, social commitments. These scholarships are for $1,000 each, and they are second semester college scholarships. And these are awarded to Colby Perry, Noah Olson, Ariana Cruz, and Angelo Filiana. The next group of scholarships are the Flex Scholarships. This is an endowment that was given to the Alumni Association from Annette Leonard Fleck. She was an alumnus of West Rutland, and every year the amount granted is based on the interest of the endowment. This year, we are very pleased to give out $106,000 from this scholarship. for the scholarship. This year's recipients are Mallory Hogan, Ariana Cruz, Did I get everybody? Yeah. Okay. Got it. Thank you. Again, congratulations, graduates, and the parents and families. Wishing you all the best as you go on to your next endeavor. And let me be the first ones to welcome you as alumni. Thank you.
Okay, the Wilbur Carl Nelson and Goldie Cohen Nelson Scholarship. In memory of Wilbur Carl Nelson and Goldie Cohen Nelson, this annual scholarship of $1,000 is being awarded to Angelo Apriliano. The Alex Alexander Scholarship, this award of $2,000 is presented to a student who has been accepted and plans to attend any institution of higher learning and has shown good school citizenship. Ariana Cruz. The Julia McCarthy Scholarship. Julia McCarthy was a longtime teacher at West Rutland School. This $2,000 award is given to a graduating student with plans to major in the helping profession in college, Mallory Hogan. Florence Cohen Edison and Mr. and Mrs. David Cohen Scholarship in memory of Florence Cohen Edison and Mr. and Mrs. David Cohen. This year's award of $1,000 goes to Noah Olson. The Rutland Area Guidance Counselors Helping Profession Scholarship. Each year, 2 scholarships in the amount of $1,000 each are named in memory of Rutland Area School Counselors Sheila Poole and Joe Flory and Jim Wallinek, I think. And in honor of retired school counselor Mary Ann Egan. These scholarships will be awarded to students in Rutland County pursuing higher education in the helping profession. One of the recipients this year is a senior of West Rutland School. This award goes to Mallory Hogan. Robbie Blake Memorial Scholarship. While living his own life with challenges, Robbie Blake always tried to make a difference and help others. His family has established this $400 scholarship in his memory, hoping to continue his helpful spirit. This year's recipient is Kaylee Bedard. Post 87 Sons of the American Legion Scholarship. This $500 scholarship is in memory of those who served during World War II. The recipient is a student who has given the most service to his or her community throughout high school. In honor of our veterans, this year's award goes to Mallory Hogan. The OMIA Scholarship. OMIA is pleased to award a $500 scholarship to a student at West Rutland. OMIA Scholarship Program is designed to offer incentives for the development of Vermont's future workforce and encourage area students to pursue degrees in math and science, skills that translate into well-paid careers. Students chosen for this award possess a high level of academic ability and are well-rounded, exceptional individuals. To the graduating class of 2023, OMIA extends their sincerest well wishes to each and every student. Please join me in congratulating this year's OMIA Scholarship recipient, Noah Olson. West Rutland School Sunshine Fund Scholarship. The West Rutland School Sunshine Fund Committee would like to present a cash award of $100 to one male and one female graduating senior who has shown the most improvement in their habits of work during their high school career. The two students can come up together. They are Emma Savini and Colby Perry. The Harold Carl Anderson Award. This award of $1,000 is given to two students who plan to enroll at a technical college and enter a specific trade or career. Noah Olson and Emma Savini. The Ferdinand Seguin Memorial Award. This award is given on behalf of the Harvey family. Although Ferdinand wasn't a West Rutland native, she embodied many of those characteristics and values that we hold most dear here in West Rutland. This award is given to students who are above all else kind and resilient. It is given to students who, much like Ferdinand, made their impressions, perhaps not in public, showed displays of prowess, but in smaller, profound, impactful words and actions. In that spirit, this award is given to Kaylee Tanner. The Lawrence McCarrier Memorial Scholarship. Lawrence served as a treasurer of the Credit Union of Vermont's Board of Directors from 1992 until his sudden passing in 2005. His service to the credit union contributed heavily to its development and success. A lifelong learner, he was generously committed to helping others realize their full potential. The Credit Union of Vermont is pleased to award the 2023 scholarship of $1,000 in Larry's memory to Noah Olson. Heritage Family Credit Union People Helping People Scholarship. This $2,000 scholarship goes to a senior who has plans to further his or her education, who is an exemplary member of the student body, and has demonstrated leadership qualities within their school and community. Mallory Hogan. David Bartlett. In memory of David Bartlett, this $500 scholarship was developed to remind everyone what type of person Dave was. He was a kind, caring, generous, and gave many hours of community service to the West Rutland community. He was a coach for West Rutland Middle School boys basketball and varsity baseball teams. He volunteered many hours to better the boys baseball teams through offering baseball clinics. This scholarship is presented to a student or students that demonstrates the traits that Dave demonstrated. The selected recipients have completed over 100 hours of community service during their high school years and have demonstrated kindness and caring characteristics. This year's recipients are Mallory Hogan and Colby Perry. The West Rutland Booster Club Scholarship. To be eligible for the West Rutland Booster Club Scholarship, a student must have completed at least 2 full seasons of a varsity sport and have given back to his or her community through service. The recipients of this scholarship are Noah Olson and Mallory Hogan. The University of Vermont 2023 Green and Gold Scholarship. This academic merit scholarship considers the nomination of the academically strongest rising high school senior from every eligible Vermont secondary school. This is a full tuition scholarship to UVM. The recipient for the class of 2023 is Mallory Hogan. We would like to recognize the following students for being awarded additional scholarships. Please stand to be recognized. The VSAC Europe Scholarship of $1,000 renewable each year. Angelo Apriliano. Ariana Coombs. And Mallory Hogan. The VSAC Jefford Scholarship, $2,400, Ariana Coombs. Governor Phil Hoff Vermont Honor Scholarship, $1,000, Mallory Hogan. The 2023 Burlington Discover Jazz Fest Ed Bemis Scholarship for $2,000, Angelo Apriliano. The Vermont Lions Heart Memorial Award of $1,000, Ariana Coombs. Congratulations to all our graduates on your accomplishments. This recognition is truly deserving. To all our local community organizations and scholarship providers, including the family of David Bartlett, as they are not listed on the back of the program, thank you for your continued generosity and for supporting the class of 2023. It's greatly appreciated by the West Rutland School community.
So I would like to offer my congratulations to the class of 2023 and to your families and friends who have supported you throughout your years here at West Rutland High School. In a few minutes, and it will be a few minutes, just hold on, Mr. Harrington and I will be handing you your diplomas. Afterwards, the photos will be taken, your celebrations will begin, and your life as a high school student will come to an end, but your future is awaiting. Each year, thousands of high school principals prepare a speech for their soon-to-be graduates. I personally hope that my words will be inspirational, motivating, and make some sense. My family would like to make sure that I don't embarrass myself, and you all hope that my speech is short. So regardless, here we go. In the 1980s and 90s, the great Michael Jordan dazzled the world with his talents on the basketball court. This spring, the new movie Airs hit the box office, retelling the backstory of his now famous shoes. But not everybody knows that Michael Jordan was a fantastic businessman, signing one of the first shoe endorsements in modern times. That initial contract in 1984 netted Jordan $250,000, but Nike went on to sell over $126 million worth of Air Jordans that year alone. In 2021, Nike has reported that they have sold over $4.8 billion, that's with a B, from the Air Jordan line since its inception. Michael Jordan himself has reportedly been paid over $256 million to date. As an aside, Michael Jordan bought the Charlotte Hornets for $180 million. Nowadays, it is worth $1.7 billion. So that's quite the investment. Michael Jordan, though, he's now 60 years old. I would still love to see him play basketball in person, though. As he has reflected on his success on the court and as a businessman, he has been very open about being cut from his varsity basketball team in high school. But there's an actual backstory to this. He was a freshman, and his coach wanted him to have one more year of development before moving to the varsity level. What that did was to make him more committed to improving his game. As he went on to play at the University of North Carolina and then the Chicago Bulls, his success appeared to come very easy, and that simply was not true. One of his many famous quotes regarding his career, or he has many famous quotes regarding his career, but I think one will resonate with folks here tonight. I quote, "I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I was trusted to take the game-winning shot, and I missed. I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." As mentioned earlier tonight, failure often leads to success. Resiliency above quitting. Patience above immediate gratification. Sound familiar? When we were younger, these all seemed to be very unfair. I personally have met failure in sports, academia, and as a professional from time to time. Do I wish I had more time playing in high school? Yes. Do I wish I had more A's than B's? Yes. Do I wish that I had handled a particular situation differently? Yes. But I would have never met success if I had not failed. We all fail. We all make mistakes. You know how to handle those, but we all know that mistakes are a true measure of, or how we handle our mistakes is a true measure of our success. At the time, some of our seemingly worst failures truly led to great things. Maybe from not getting into my number one college choice, being turned down for a date, not earning enough money to get that dream truck that I always wanted. It was a 87 Chevy 454 short box. Still wish I had that truck. At this time, those seemed to be like life-altering failures. But in the end, these are who made me who I am. We will all fail. We will all struggle. We all make mistakes. Your community of supporters here at West Rutland and our wonderful community as a whole will pick you up, will dust you off, they will give you a hug, and sometimes a swift kick. Depends on the situation, by the way. How you embrace failure is a true sign of intelligence. Circling back to Michael Jordan, what if that coach had rushed him onto the varsity team? What if he had just ridden the bench that whole year and never played? Would he have not developed into the player that he truly became? How Michael Jordan leveraged those 26 game-winning shots that he missed made him the success he became. You miss the shots you never take. I hear it from every coach I've ever talked to. As you head out tonight as a West Rutland graduate, be not afraid of failing. At the times you will need to be patient, whether in college or at your job. Be polite, be respectful, be humble. Take that mistake, channel your energy, and come out the other side as the successful young adults that we all know you will become. Thank you. Mr. Harrington, I believe we have some diplomas to hand out.
Angelo Willard Apriliano. Elijah Darnell Avery Nunn. Kaylee Marie Bedard. Hannah Raleigh Sika. Ariana Catherine Coombs. Dominic Patrick Ellison. Graduating magna cum laude, Mallory Leanne Hogan. Joshua Robert Jackson. Thomas Perry. Emma Caitlin Savini. Kaylee Marie Tanner. We recognize the hard work and sacrifices that parents and family members have made for their children. At this time, the class of 2023 would like to thank the people in their lives who have helped them achieve their academic goals. Graduates, you may present your roses.
So family and friends, it is a privilege to present to you the West Rutland graduating class of 2023. So graduates, would you please rise? Seniors, having completed your graduation requirements set forth by West Rutland School and the Vermont Agency of Education, I confer upon each of you the high school diploma with its rights, privileges, and responsibilities. You may now move your tassels to the left.